Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in WION, France to participate in the prestigious G7 summit, marking another important chapter in India's global diplomatic outreach. The leaders of Kenya and South Korea also arrived in the location ahead of the summit. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other G7 world leaders stood together for a group photo at the G7 summit. Prime Minister Modi also met President Trump at the G7 roundtable. Both leaders were seen having a conversation. The two leaders are scheduled to hold bilateral talks tomorrow. On arrival, Prime Minister Modi took to social media saying he looks forward to engaging with world leaders and exchanging views on key global issues while reaffirming India's commitment to a more sustainable and prosperous planet. While US President Donald Trump maintained that an interim accord with Iran makes clear that Tehran would never be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon. Trump defended the 14-point memorandum of understanding with Iran that has yet to be made public.
The one thing that's happening that's of note, frankly, the only thing that really matters to me, is Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. And it says it loud and clear. They're not going to develop it. They're not going to buy it.
Trump also said that he has a great relationship with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, but that he must be more responsible with respect to Lebanon.
Now, I'm not happy with the way Israel has handled themselves with Lebanon and with Hezbollah. They should have been able to do the job faster. It just goes on forever. And when that happens, it throws a negative light on the big deal, and that's the deal with Iran. So when you ask me about Bibi, an unbelievable relationship. But Israel would have been blown up a long time ago had I not gotten involved.
Just as world leaders gather at the French resort of Évian-les-Bains for what is expected to be a high-stakes G7 summit, a familiar transatlantic tension is back on the menu. US President Donald Trump has threatened to slap a 100% tariff on French wine and champagne unless France scraps its 3% digital services tax on American tech giants. The warning, which was aimed directly at French President Emmanuel Macron, sets the stage for a summit where the agenda may extend well beyond geopolitics and into a clash of national pride, economic interests, and presidential egos. Trump recently revived the dispute that has simmered for years. The French levy applies primarily to large technology firms such as Meta, Amazon, Apple, and Google, most of which are American. Macron, however, appears in no mood to uncork concessions. Calling for stability in trade relations, the French president insisted that the tax is French law and not up to the United States to decide.